So good morning, everybody. I'm so glad to see you all. So last week, we began exploring Sheila Pels-Weinberg's interpretation of Psalm 27. And we're going to continue with that today. So again, I just want to remind you that this is not a translation, it is an interpretation. So I'm going to invite you to get into a relaxed yet alert position right now and bring your full attention to the words. And I'm going to read Psalm 27, Sheila Weinberg's interpretation. Awareness is sunlight in the mind. No one can take that from me. Awareness is my life's stronghold. It absorbs all fear. The hindrances and defilements are as close as my flesh and mind, but they dissolve in the light of being known. Even though I feel assaulted by hostile forces, my heart remains confident, balanced, and patient. I seek only one thing alone, to connect to this moment, nowhere else, only this, nothing less, my palace in time. When difficulties arise, I have a hiding place in my own heart, a secret tent where I can go and feel safe, a rock to rest my head upon. Greed, hatred, and delusion don't stop coming, but when they are met with a spacious heart, they don't stick around, leaving me so grateful. I want to sing out loud, listen, world, the power of love sets me free. When I turn to face my heart, then everyone and everything is revealed. Let this truth not be hidden from me. If only I could remember always what seems so clear right now, wisdom would guide my every moment. Awareness and compassion would be a father and a mother to me. But I can follow the guidance of those who have walked this path before, trying to stay alert to the obstacles along the way because delusion and hatred aren't disappearing so fast. Still, I affirm my faith in the power of goodness. May we take courage. May we be strong. May our hearts be so filled with love there is no room for anything else. May we see the arising and passing of all conditioned things. May we open to the unconditioned Yud-Hey, Vav-Hey. So last week, we focused on the first stanza, particularly the first line. Awareness is sunlight in the mind. And we brought our attention to the process of being aware. Today, I'm focusing on a different section of the psalm. Greed, hatred, and delusion don't stop coming, but when they are met with a spacious heart, they don't stick around, leaving me so grateful. I want to sing out loud, listen, world, the power of love sets me free. Clearly, we all know that greed, hatred, and delusion are present. It is easy for me to notice these qualities in others. But do I notice these qualities in myself? I do get greedy. I want more of the things that I like, those things that I find pleasurable. And what about hate? I like to think of myself as a pretty accepting person, but there are certainly things that I find repugnant and repulsive. Maybe that's hate. I tend to flee from those things. I try not to see them, not to let them invade my space. And that may be exactly where my delusions come into play. How realistic am I? Do I engage in wishful thinking? How delusional is that? So this notion that greed, hatred, and delusion don't stop coming, but when they are met with a spacious heart, they don't stick around, is really important to me. I know that I need to acknowledge these aspects of myself. When I can acknowledge without shaming myself that this is part of what I experience, part of my emotional makeup, and accept that without beating myself up, then indeed it doesn't stick around. It is so amazing to me that noticing our shadow, shining a light on that shadow, reduces its power. This is the spacious heart. When we have a spacious heart, when we are open-hearted, we do realize that the power of love sets us free. So let's sit together, settling into our seats, allowing ourselves to be supported, feeling our bottoms firmly on the chair or cushion, and allowing our heads to reach up to the sky, lengthening our spines as best as we are able, and slightly tucking that chin. So it's the back top of the head that's really up. Now taking a few cleansing breaths, breathing in as fully and deeply as is available to you. Holding for a moment, and then slowly and completely exhaling. And repeat this 2 more times at your own pace. And now breathing naturally. And as we sit today, you may want to focus on having a spacious heart, imagining yourself breathing into your heart space and expanding it. Or you may want to repeat the phrase, the power of love sets me free, as a mantra, or something else entirely. Whatever is going to work for you as your anchor for today, set your attention there and stay with it for the duration of this meditation period. Greed, hatred, and delusion don't stop coming, but when they are met with a spacious heart, they don't stick around, leaving me so grateful. I want to sing out loud, listen, world, the power of love sets me free. So as you return to the room in your own time, your own pace, I'm going to share words from Wendell Berry, The Peace of Wild Things, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives might be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests, in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. So, I am